to infinity and beyond. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Happy Halloween, Farface. Shout out me. Y'all can't tell it's Buzz Lightyear in this bitch.
He ain't give me enough time to get a.
Face,
He ain't give me
man.
enough time, bro.
I
I
don't
don't
give
want to
none
hear
of
that.
that.
He ain't give me enough time to get no costume. I'm Captain Black Sparrow this year.
Okay,
Pretend
buddy.
like I'm in a pirate suit.
Pretend. I had the same notice I gave him, and I went and got mine and found one.
But I went in
So
search, bro. We in different areas. It's different. And I went after all the, you know what I'm saying? It was Halloween weekend and all that. I went after it. Wasn't really no grown up suits. Come on,
I
bro.
went Saturday, bro.
Yeah, bro. Saturday night was all the shit. So you went Saturday when everybody was getting their stuff, bro. I
Man,
had to go
whatever.
Sunday because I worked on
Hey,
Saturday.
Space Ranger #1, dog. Stop playing with me, hater. Take
Black
this fucking
Sparrow in the spirit, man.
spirit me ass. Shit's hot as
Anywho,
shit's been over.
speaking of Halloween, I ain't say happy Halloween, happy Halloween. I don't really mess with holidays like that, but you know what I'm saying, we gonna go with it.
Damn here.
But you know what I'm saying, I love the sweets and I need the candy, bro. So what's
The
your type
candy.
candy? What's your I'm gonna need you to name your top three candies.
Top 3 candy. We talking like just like sweets in general. We talking straight chocolate.
Let's just go chocolate. We just go top three chocolate.
Chocolate. So one of them got to be in there. Kit Kat. Kit Kat go crazy. Kit
Thanks, it's
Kat.
closer.
Um. Let's see what else. What else we got? I'm lately. I think lately Butterfingers made my way in the top 3. Butterfingers go crazy. You don't play with me. Don't play with no Butterfingers. Dog. Butterfingers
Hey
and
man,
oh, since I was a kid, a Twix, bro. A Twix go crazy.
Twix,
You say top
Twix
3 or top 5?
classic, bro. Top three. You can do five. Do
Top 3.
five.
No, I do 3. I'll keep it at 3. 5, I'm
Okay.
getting too broad.
Yes, that's what I'm
No
saying. That's why I
particular order,
said
but
three.
those are 3. No particular order,
I
those are
need
3.
no, you can't do that. Man. If we only doing three, you got to do the order. You can't do three and
Order,
just not put it in order,
ooh,
bro.
I'm going to say Kit Kat, Twix, Butterfingers. Kit Kat Golden for me, dog. The wafer, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? I fucks with it, but I know I'm gonna talk your shit. I'm gonna go from
About what?
three. I'm gonna go from 3 to 1. Number three for sure. Twix, 100p.
This motherfucker going to say
Twix.
Milky Way. Watch.
That's no Milky Way. I'm gonna go 3 Twix, 2 Kit Kat, 100p.
And
Nah,
one.
nah. Time out, time out. I'm going Twix number three. I'm going number two is the Almond Joy.
Oh, you get the
Straight
laser,
up.
bro. This is the Buzz Lightyear. There's no effing way you put
Nah,
an almond joy in top 3.
but the Almond Joy number two, number one, Three Musketeers.
Oh,
That's my
you a
solidified theory,
nasty
dog.
mother. You a nasty motherfucker. Hey, this is straight Buzz Lightyear
Nah,
laser. This shit don't work, but it worked. You feel me? That's but ain't
nah.
no way. There's
Twix
no
number
way you.
three, Almond Joy number two. Three
There's no way.
Musketeers. Three Musketeers is golden, but it's plain, you know what I'm saying? Not too over the top. But the shit fire. It's chocolate. It's literally the epitome of chocolate, man. You got the chocolate around the chocolate little, you know what I'm saying? The little nougat on the inside, bro. It's just straight chocolate, bro. That's fire.
I've used this saying before, not on here, but it's a regular saying. I wouldn't wipe my ass with that almond joy.
Whatever. Almond coconut and chocolate, bro.
That
Mounds
shit going
is
straight.
dark chocolate. That shit is fire.
That shit going straight to the trash, bro. That shit getting launched. Hey, if I went Halloween trick or treating during Halloween nowadays, and somebody put an almond joy in my basket, bro, hey, that shit getting launched back at them. We throwing that shit in the
You
bushes.
got peasy, son. Pass
No,
that
bro,
thing.
there's
Put it
no
in
way.
mine, bro.
I'm throwing
I'll
it at
trade
you,
you.
bro.
I'll trade
I'm
you.
like,
I'll trade you, man.
He's
we
not
can make a
getting
deal.
dealt. I'm not handing it over to nobody. It's getting darted. Right?
But anywho,
Yeah.
we not gonna hate, bro. That shit fire.
No, that's great. That's some disgusting ass top three. Axel,
It's fire, whether you like it or not, bro. You must not like coconut. That's what it sounds like.
I like coconut, bro, but with a top three, no way, bro.
So you like coconut, but almond joy not good.
Almond Joy not going in the top three. That shit's not even in my top five. Almond Joy is just
Well, you
poo.
fuck.
No, you the wild one for putting the top three. And
Whatever,
then
dog.
Three Musketeers. Oh my gosh. Disgusting. You a nasty muff. Happy Halloween, all the kids. Enjoy trick or treating. Because you can't do shit when you're older. Besides drink
Bad.
on Halloween parties. Gotta buy your own candy. Uh, so, Halloween, we're gonna keep it in the spirit of festivities. We're gonna favorite scary movie all time, Halloween movie all time.
Hey, I'm 100p go with them Friday the 13th, bro.
Might sound like regular bagging, but classics are classics, bro. And they bussin'
Facts.
every time.
Jay, it's so many of them things too. Like if you watch all them things from old to new, and even the Halloweens, bro, so many of them. Like I feel like there's no way you cannot like all of them, or like not like all of them, but like you can pick like two or three out of them shits. You're like, oh, this shit is good. Like this is a good Halloween movie.
For sure, yeah, you have to pick because they made like 10, I think. I don't know. They made or almost 10. They're around there, around that number. I don't know the exact number because they started in like 78 or something like that. Or
Yeah,
right around the 70s. They made one in the 70s and then like two or three in the 80s. But not all of them are
or
good.
both of them in the '90s, and
I think the best one they actually have rated, and I would agree, is like the one they made in 2018, or maybe the one right
I
before that.
agree.
It was like the second one behind the original.
Behind the original, I agree. I think that's the like out of all of them, I think that's the best one for me personally. I really like the first one and the two, like the like 2010, the first like revamp. I like that one,
Mm-hmm.
but the one after that is definitely better.
Yeah, agreeable. I like some. Can't get enough of Michael Myers. One of my favorite ones it was Busta Rhymes in one of them, right?
Was that the whole? Yeah, it was the Halloween. It was
Yes,
the
yes.
Halloween. Yeah,
Trying to give
bust
that
some
man the
rhymes in that
business.
joint.
That shit was funny. Halloween, Friday the 13th.
I don't know about
I
you,
don't.
bro, but I'm not a fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street, bro. The Freddy Kruegers. I'm not a fan of them, bro. Like they
Nah,
some mid, but like
yeah, I was gonna say they're mid-tacular in my opinion. I don't see. I'm not a big scary movie buff. I don't watch a lot of horror movies. In all honesty, like I watched the what is it, The Conjuring or that
already
one.
fire.
Wasn't it that one of them I watched with you? No, I watched with Michaela's parents and all them. Uh, like the priest and all them, the wife, the duo, the husband and wife. Like that series they had, The Conjuring 1, 2, and 3. I think.
And in Lorraine Valley,
Yeah, I
I
watched
fucked with them
those.
boys.
I fucked with the last one, the third one. That was good. They were at like the lake house and all that stuff. That one,
hmm
yeah, that
I
one
don't
was
know
good
if
to me.
you've seen I don't know if you've seen any of the nuns, but the
Never see,
second was
like I said,
good.
I'm not. Call me a scary ass bitch if you want to. I ain't trying to watch some shit tonight, dog. I don't be playing that. Motherfuckers be playing too much,
But
bro.
it's scary here.
Somebody gonna be scared when this big ass
I'm
motherfucker come running at you. Fuck that.
see, and this gonna transition into the next one. I feel like people that scared of horror movies believe in like the paranormal and ghost shit. I don't believe in that, bruh. Straight
Uh,
up.
First off,
I don't believe that.
shout out, Hocus Pocus. It's a OG. I know it's like a family friendly one, but it's OG.
That
I
shit is
just like it.
cool.
It's not poo, bro. It's just OG.
Hon-
Like for kids, it's a family.
if
It's not a scary movie, but it's Halloween. It's for the
I feel
kids.
you,
It's
but
for the kids to watch.
if we gonna go there, Haunted Mansion harder.
Haunted Mansion. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Stop playing.
And I don't know if it's I don't
Hey,
know if you've seen the new
I
one, but
do
that one pretty
imitations,
good too.
bro. My imitations are spot on. But
The
I
new
have
Haunted
seen
Mansion too, pretty good.
who's that one with? I knew it came out, but who's that one with?
It got dang, bro, I can't remember a buddy name. It don't got too many like big names in it, but I know for sure it got what's his name, Lakeith Stanfield in it, Jack Leto's in it. I think I know Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson. Like, oh damn! As I'm talking, it is kind of a lot of it. Danny
Oh yeah,
DeVito's in
Lakeith
it.
Stanfield. That's who's in it. Oh yeah, okay. I just looked it up.
Danny DeVito's in it. Um, I don't know, but that one was decent too. Like, and it was like it was kind of scary. Not, nah, I ain't gonna say that. It was like a few pop up scenes and stuff. So like it was like it could be scary to kids, but like it was again family friendly, but it was like modern and like I don't know. I like the way they put it together and like they didn't do like too much with it. They kind of
Mhm.
kept it like close to the original as well, but like modernized it. I fucks with it. It's cool.
It was the. I mean, I haven't seen that one. I got to watch it, but the first one's really good. I like it because it's classic Eddie Murphy. He's always funny. But going back to your point, because it was a point of topics for us. Is the paranormal real, bro? And you said no, and you are asinine. I look,
You say
hand,
what you want, me, bro. Ain't no less pain than
hand
fucked with me, man.
look, hand to the good Lord, dog. You know where my aunt used to live? By the old mill, like where she lives
Yeah,
now, where the trailer house is at. So we lived in the
yeah.
front of them in that old house. I was there forever. Well, I swear, I was probably like 8, 9, bro. There was the back room we had, and there was a mirror. I swear, first time I saw one, I'm dead ass serious. Like I'm not even playing. A old ass like Civil War veteran was in the mirror, bro. Had his hat on, gun, and everything, just moving. Looked at me, hey, bro. I ain't never closed the door and ran so goddamn fast in my life. You got me all the way messed up, dog. I swear, I'm not playing, bro.
Of all things, a Civil War veteran.
What you want, bro?
I'm
Like I
not,
saw
I'm
what I
not trying to
saw.
get fooled.
He was in the mirror.
And what do you, I would
Which
have
one?
looked at him.
Looking
What
at
you
the
gonna
mirror?
do, big dog? What you gonna do, big dog? You in the mirror for
You was
one.
doing that 8 or 9 years old, bro. That's what you was doing. You was on that
No,
type of time. You was on
nah,
demon
you
time.
right. I feel you. I feel you, man. 8 or 9, like I might have been like, I don't think I would have ran though. I feel like it'd have been like, hey, yo, like I definitely would have like looked around, like, hey, I don't know about running though. Especially, come on, can you describe what he looked like outside of like his like
So
attire?
he was
Obviously,
definitely a white man. He
I
had this like,
definitely wouldn't have ran from no white man.
oh, here we go, bro, with this whatever. 8, 9 years old. What you want me to do? Mind you, I'm a tiny. Like I was not this big, bro. I was a scrawny ass kid. He was an old white man. He had like it looked gray, but the uniform was like the blue color, whatnot. Like so, it
Yeah,
was. I think that at that time it was Union. I don't know. Either way, had the fucking rifle on him. Old white man had like a. Nah, I wouldn't say a scar. This looked like a cut, like on his cheek, and then he had like a little scruffed up beard, like grayish. Hey, bro, I wasn't in that much detail. I mean, that sounds like a lot of detail, but that's what I remember because 8, 9 years old, I'm like, hey, peace the hell out, bro. Not dealing with you. I mean, now I fuck somebody up, dog. Stop playing.
I don't know, bro. People could say what they want, bro. And I'm not. Okay. I don't want to say. I'm not gonna say ghosts not real. I'm saying I ain't never experienced or witnessed nothing. So like, I'm not finna sit here and say I believe ghosts is real because I don't believe they real. I ain't never like witnessed no shit. But I'm not saying that they're not real. If that makes sense. I just ain't never experienced no shit. I ain't never seen nothing. Like everything. All the
So
only thing I
you
ever
will
seen was
look.
on movies.
So you just saying you ain't gonna believe it till you see it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, everybody has a point. It's just like science. Like you got to prove it. Everybody's got a hypothesis until it's proven.
It's just
Me
like
personally,
it
me
just sounds
personally,
like an idea to me. I don't know. It just sounds like an idea that somebody was like, oh
It
yeah, like
it could be, and it's like forms of attraction for like scary shit and whatnot, like to bring people in. I'm saying like I said, I saw what I saw, young minds whatnot, but I saw what I saw in the mirror, and then coming from from where we are in the history and whatnot. I mean the old mission shit. Hey, bro, I don't be creeping around there. Motherfuckers probably haunting
I'm,
all the dead bodies and whatnot. Haunting, yeah, we not gonna find out, bro. I'm not. Go ahead.
I'm I might have to do, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, just to see if, you know what I'm saying, I see something or feel something or you know what I'm saying. Cause I ain't like, and to be fair, like I ain't never, that's not something that's like interested me. So I ain't never been like, oh yeah, let me go to lobby here at midnight and see light on some dumb shit. Like
You can go find out. I ain't going.
I
I'm
ain't never
peaceful where
like
I'm at, dog. Because as soon as you find out it's real, you're gonna be feeling some type of way when you go to sleep, dog. And I like to sleep comfortably at night.
you already scared of this shit, man.
I'm not scared of it, but I'm not stupid. Look, let's not fuck with the natural order of things. So if they are real and they staying hidden, let's leave laying dogs lying, bro.
See, and that's exactly
But
why
but
I'm.
that's two different things. You saying to leave it alone, but you also don't believe in it. So technically, what you saying is you believe in it. You just not trying to go find out and fuck with it.
I mean, kind of, but like I said, bro, I ain't
Nah,
never. I
that's
feel like
it.
I've been in situations to where like I would have encountered some sort of paranormal thing,
There's you
but
ain't. There's no way you've been in that many situations. It's not like you
no, I'm not saying I've been in a lot,
discoverer
but I'm
or
saying
whatnot.
just over my 25 years, bro. I feel like there's been more than a few times where I could, or I should have ran into or experienced some type of paranormal activity. Like my mom used to, my mom told us this story like two times. Me and Logan was kids. Yeah. Do you remember the trailer, bro, that we used to live in?
Yeah,
Yeah, like you was in there, right? Like you been in there, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we was at the trailer, and in the way the trailer was like, you go in the front door, and to the right was like the hallway, and there was two rooms and a restroom right in between it, and then like you walked into the living room, kitchen, and then the master was in like on the other side of the kitchen.
Yeah.
And our room, me and Logan's room growing up, was in that very back, in the very back room, and then there was a restroom, and it was my sister's room, and then it was like the living room. So my mom said, when we was like little, we were supposed to be asleep, and she said like Logan was like 2 or 3, and she said I she whooped us because we was like playing around we was like playing around. We were supposed to be going to sleep, and I fell asleep, and Logan was like awake, and she was in the living room doing something, and she said it was like almost midnight. It wasn't exactly midnight, but it was like almost midnight. It was like 11, between 11 and midnight. And Logan just like, she just heard Logan like screaming, crying, and he like came running through the hallway. And like for like 15 minutes, like he was just crying and screaming, didn't know. And she was like trying to figure out what's going on. And he said he seen an old man back there in a rocking chair, just sitting there. And I was like,
No, okay. Look, I'm not saying I'm not saying he's wrong. He saw what he saw, but we all know, Logan, we love you, uh, brother from another from me. But you a bitch, dog. You bitch made sometimes, dog. Straight up. Sometimes, not all the time. I love you, dog. You're my brother, but bitch made sometimes, dog. That's how you is sometimes. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But go ahead.
but you know what I'm saying? I feel like if that's a situation, and then even my sister, like my sister would like if I asked my sister now, like she would say like yeah, like when we was growing up, like I seen ghosts in the house, like, and she said the same thing. Like she said she would always see like an old man in a rocking chair in the room, and I'm like, why would I not see this? Everybody in the house seeing it. My mom never saw it because she never really went back there. But like my sister and Logan saw it, but they didn't see it. Come on, dog.
See, like I said, I believe in it. I just ain't trying to go fuck with them. You, like I said, what I said is you believe in it. You just don't want to go fuck around and find out. So that's cool. Another thing for me is I want to ask your opinion. These when they do, you know how they do the Ouija board and shit, and they go see psychics, quote unquote, and they can speak to the other side. I think that is absolute horse shit. I
For
think there
one,
is. Go ahead.
for one, I'm just gonna say the caucasity. Because if you believe in it, why are we going to fuck with it?
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
not
I'm not gonna
that's
fuck around
some
to find out.
shit. And then for two, I think what you think, like I think it's horseshit, bro. Like ain't no way, dog.
See, yeah, because like I said, Ghost is definitely real. I don't know about anything other than Ghost, in my opinion. All this other quote unquote spirituals and supernatural, not that's probably horseshit. But Ghost is definitely real, bro. You say what you want. I think a lot of people would agree. Y'all can leave your comments down below about that. In my opinion, they real. What about just to be on like Halloweenish type stuff, like scary? It's not scary, but like magic. What you think about that?
Mm,
I think to a certain form,
I
because you know what?
believe
Go ahead.
I do believe in magic. I don't think magic is like what movies portray it to be, but I do believe that there is like
A form.
a form of it.
See,
And like, go
what
ahead.
I call a form of magic is like that stuff I sent you this week, that mentalist shit, bro. Like you
Yeah.
really telling me, like they not using something, bro, like to figure out. Like he literally asked him to figure out this other man's first kiss and how would it, if he would know that and who the name was and what grade they were in, bro. They got to be using some type of magic or like they just like using a higher percentage of their brain, right or wrong.
No, you're right, 100p. And that goes into like that's like voodoo shit too. Like all that shit, I believe all that shit is real. And I feel like
Hmm.
that's obviously a form of magic. Like
Yeah.
my grandma was into like that shit. Like my grandma, my dad's mom, she like dove into like a whole bunch of different like religions and like beliefs and shit like that. And like
Hmm.
voodoo was one of them, and she like believed it. And like just seeing different shit from her is kind of like, hey, bro, there's no way it's not real. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
For me,
It's
it's
definitely
100%
something.
real. It's 100% believable, in my opinion. If you think mentalists aren't like magical, I don't know. I don't know what you smoking.
Yeah, you feel me? And like I feel like people who think it's not real is people that just view magic as like wave the wand, rabbit in the hat. I think people think of it more of that rather than just like forms of different shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
But that goes into to also keep it a little bit Halloween. Do you believe in like monsters?
see, what type of monsters we talking?
I'm not talking about like Frankenstein bullshit. I'm talking about like krakens, like werewolves.
Okay, so if we're talking krakens, that's more like mythology, and so that's probably like I'm into that kind of stuff, like mythology and stuff, like all the Greek gods and all that. I messes with that. I wish that stuff were real. It's not. As for like the monsters, like werewolves, vampires, no, no. I literally like just said it like before this, right before this. No, that would be. There's no way they wouldn't be uh not found yet. Like they should have been found already. Like
Yeah, see,
they would have been exposed far before now. I mean, there's absolutely no way that they haven't been found between vampires, werewolves, ghouls, and all this whatnot. You want to add in there, but that's my
yeah, I
opinion.
agree 100p. What I think is like, and just to like go off of not necessarily like, well, I guess it could apply to like werewolves and shit like that. I just think people see. Like, I think people see something and then like their imagination kind of like tweaks it. So it's like I feel like with the cracking, I feel
Hmm.
like the motherfuckers back in the day was like they seen a giant squid and was like, oh shit, like that's bigger than, you know what I'm saying, an octopus. So like we gonna give it a name and like we gonna do this and that and it just and then of course over time it like turns into its own narrative.
It's just like storytelling and try to sell a narrative, like trying to sell a book or
Yeah.
whatnot, trying to sell their narrative. Again, I don't think it's real.
And like Bigfoot and shit like that. I feel like all that stuff is like people seeing like animals like just elusively and then they come up with their own, not come up with their own, but like they don't really see the full thing as a whole, so they just see what they just say some shit and see.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like, oh, that goes down and down and down. It's like, all right, cool.
that's like Bigfoot. Like recently, I saw a freaking video. Some guy was like riding a train, and they seen a figure walking in the mountains. It was daytime, and it was walking. But I was like, dude, he could be. They were like a freaking. I don't know how far away. The dude could have been wearing a freaking suit, a furry ass suit, and he just like the thing, quote unquote, the thing just squatted next to a bush. They had it on video, but it's blurry as hell because it's on a phone. I'm like, if Bigfoot was real, it would have been found already. Like you telling me, I know the forest is vast and all that, and nobody really goes in there and finds everything. But like, really, Bigfoot haven't found it yet. It's like saying Yeti. Come on, bro.
I don't know, bro. You could say the same shit about all these ocean and sea creatures, bro.
That is a different story because the ocean has definitely not been explored as much as the land has because you can only go so deep. I mean, the Earth's 70% water, right? And we can only go so deep. Once you got pressure problems, like the pressure caving in on the cabin and whatnot, and then the depth of the darkness, like the light doesn't get down there, and their lighting, depending on what they have, I don't know what equipment people use and whatnot because I'm not a pro at that, but like you can only see so far and so wide of a range. I mean, there's probably some scary ass shit down there that we ain't seen yet.
100 feet. Because ain't no way. I don't really think we'll ever fucking. I don't think we'll ever see everything, bro. Straight up.
No, no, we won't. Not, or at least not in our lifetime. My opinion.
I think the world will. I don't think we'll ever see. I don't think no human will ever see that, see anything, or the full like. Nobody. I don't think any human will ever see the whole ocean and what's in the whole ocean, simply because like, for one, the sun is a fucking star and that's gonna blow up, and whenever that shit blow up, we're done. I don't think that should have happened in our lifetime, but I think that'll happen before we start discovering it, like everything.
Mm, I
I think
mean,
the world will be super shit before we discover anything or
probably
everything.
more than likely. The way shit's going right now, wouldn't doubt it. But moving on from our Halloween theme so far, what do we got for music this week, man?
Oh, for music this week, you feel me? I got one of my favorite artists, Reason. He dropped August 23rd. He dropped his album. Yeah, man, ain't dropped in 3 years, so I was excited to hear this. And he be rapping like he got bars, but this one is like I feel like you might fuck with this one because this is like more storytelling, and what's really the whole album is like storytelling. Um, he's just telling like his perspective growing up, like different stories about different situations his family members was in, and of course like shit that he goes through now, just different stories. But let me screenshot that. Why I can't? Oh, there you go. Can you see it?
It's popping up slowly. Oh, Porches. Yeah. Has he signed with
Cool.
somebody? Is he signed with the label?
Top dog.
TDE?
Yep.
Yeah, you over there with TDE?
PD. But this is the
Kendrick's
album
not there anymore,
that's
right?
nah. He got his own PD lane. He got his own label now. But
What about Ray? I know Ray was there.
yeah,
Ray's still there.
Rayvon. I think right now the TD labels like SZA, Rayvon, Sir, Solo, Absol. I mean, Schoolboy Q, and I know they got like a bunch of different producers signed. Oh, Isaiah Rashad. Those are that.
Oh,
Oh,
Schoolboy.
Doechii just signed there too.
I mean, I want to be listening to a lot, but I ain't heard nothing from Schoolboy Q in a while.
Hey, straight up, Schoolboy ain't dropped nothing in a while. But to this album, real quick, 17 songs, 56 minutes. I would say my top three songs is definitely Gang Shit, uh, Too Much, Melly Mel, and Rich Mirages. Um,
Oh, you
just
got
a little
Rayvon on there.
background on it. Hey, he got rap out that. Hey, they was spitting in that thing for sure. Honey P. It's just not one of my. It just don't. To me, it don't fit the album because like they spitting on that whole, but the rest of the album is like storytelling, like personal shit. But
Hmm.
I feel like this album was like more for his fans because it's like I said, it's a lot of storytelling and like shit that he's experiencing like through the 3 years he hadn't dropped since he dropped his last album. So, but it's like if you just listen through the whole thing all the way through, it's about like it's called the reason it's called Porches, no pun intended. Is he's just like it's supposed to be like his worldview on how he grew up. So like he grew up in California. I want to say it's Carson, California, and it's just like it's like a reference to like the term like I jumped off the porch. You know what I'm saying? Like into that life, but he's just saying like this album is based on what he's seen from the porch, but like before he jumped off. So it's cool. Gang shit. I really like gang shit because it's like a personal record. How him coming into more fame and how his family started treating him different, and
Hmm.
then too much Melly Mel. That shit is about his cousin. His cousin was a he and he. I watched the interview and he told the story. His cousin, back when they was in high school, they were on the same age. He was a top five recruit like in the whole state of California. He
Hmm.
was uh, he had committed to USC. That was like when Reggie Bush and when Reggie Bush was there, like he was gonna be like Reggie Bush backup type shit. And he went to a party with one of his cousins or a few of his cousins, and they ended up getting in a fight. And one of his cousins killed the other dude, and nobody knew what it was, and he ended up getting arrested for it. And because like the pride and like I can't snitch, like I gotta be a real nigga. He sat in jail for a year for it until they figured out that his cousin was the one that killed him, and then they let him go. So he lost everything, all his scholarships, all that.
Reasoned it or the cousin?
No, his cousin. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
telling
Yeah,
his,
I'm
his
making
he's
sure.
telling his cousin's story on it, and I was like, that's crazy, bruh. But that's a quality album if you like storytelling. You could like literally burn that thing all the way through. And hey, no, I ain't gonna lie. There's only like I would say the only song I didn't like is called FTN, and but the rest of them like fire. I fucks with it.
Deep kind of.
Like storytelling. Listen to that.
Oh yeah, I love storytelling. When they telling them, you always got bangers that people play like Lil Baby on it, Drake. You just some little bump too. I like storytelling in my music a lot of times, bro. It's a cool vibe. You driving, you chilling, or you just at the house chilling on the couch vibing. Like to listen to something, see what's going on with people. A lot of people relate to it, I guess.
Yeah, it's the relatable storytelling. It just
Relatable is all
versatile.
that's well, I mean, not for me or anybody, but like for the sports story, like him and his cousins going to party and them killing somebody. Too many shits like that happen, bro. Professional athletes or like college athletes. I don't know if you ever heard the story of Benji Wilson. Benji Wilson, he was a Chicago. He went to Simeon. where D Rose played and Jabari Parker,
Yeah,
and how all the best wear 25. The reason they wear 25 is because of him. He was a he was a highly recruited scout, and like back then, I forgot where he was going to go. He planned on going to college, obviously. I think I don't remember if it was his junior or senior year, but like I read it a long time ago because I like that sports stuff. He was walking, and they interviewed the guy that killed him. He's walking, something happened afterwards. It was just like them two, whatever. He bumps into him. This story isn't word for word again. He like bumps into him. They're talking, and the guy that kills him, he pulls a gun or whatever, and Benji comes at him and he pops him. And the guy says, "Hey, my mom always told me if you're gonna pull that gun out, I mean, use it." And he did, and he
yeah.
ended up killing him. And like I said, he was a highly touted scout, like for all the college basketball. Like he was like on the rise. He was number one at the time. I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro. Like took all of his shit away. That goes
So
with
he killed the dude.
no. Benji Wilson, he was the one that got killed. He was the star. He got killed
Okay,
when the
yeah.
guy the guy's still in prison. I think I'm not positive. I haven't kept up with it for a long time, but you could look it up. But again, that's why they wear 25 because Benji Wilson he was killed, and the best player always wears 25 there at Simeon High School in Chicago.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That's interesting. I didn't
Yeah,
know that. Like
yeah,
I remember like Jabari and D Rose like wearing 25, but
yeah.
like I didn't know that was the story behind it. It's crazy.
That's just like lend bias to him with the cocaine. I'm sure everybody knows that if you're into sports and stuff like that,
Yeah.
cocaine like after the draft or whatnot, the day after the draft or whatever dies. And again, being stupid, getting caught up and stuff. Did you see Mikey's facing up to 30? Mikey Williams.
Yeah, Mikey Williams, bro, that's crazy. All but and I think that's a that's like an art like that says that younger generation like because like right now all
Nowadays, yeah.
that yeah like all that like hard shit is getting like pushed like real bad
I
so
was
like
like, bro,
everybody
you
trying to
didn't.
be
My thing is, I don't know. Obviously, not, we don't know him, but like, there's no way you grew up in that, growing up in California, and like what you're
that's
doing,
what I'm
playing
saying.
AAU all the time and doing this stuff. I was like, come on, bro.
Bro, this man got Ferraris and shit. Like, there ain't no way. There's no absolutely no reason for him to even.
They got the wannabe syndrome, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And my thing is, he was in an argument with some people and they was leaving. He told them to leave. They was leaving, and he shot at their car.
Because well, again, they want to be. They want to get all
That
respect,
shit.
all this and that. They're being like a young ass kid. That's just so dumb.
It's like,
Not
bro, come on, man.
not saying he was league bound, but he was a top prospect, and he was going to Memphis this year. And now he at court, dog, at 18, 17, 18 years old. That's dumb.
You tried
Idiots.
as an adult. I mean, now you're fucked. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know, bro, but
like I said, facing 30, dog. We're going. You got anything else besides sports before we do this kind of stuff?
um,
I know I got my list, but I was just making sure.
nah.
It's been about 40 minutes. We're gonna keep it rolling. Moving on, keeping it with the sports. I'm moving on. We're gonna kick it off college football. Clearly Utah and Oregon game wasn't what I thought it was gonna be hyped up to be, being the uh, top two seeds or not top two seeds, like the closest seeds, whatever they were last week. Oregon beat them 35-6. I mean, they pretty much just blew them to the side like they won nothing, which makes USC look more ass. And USC should have lost the cow this week. They ended up winning
Yeah.
that game barely by a point, I think. Yeah, Lincoln
Hey,
Riley's
bro.
done. Caleb Williams might not be it, bro.
Nah, I don't want to hear that bullshit.
He got
What
it
was the
done.
score? What was the score?
I think it was 43-42 or something like that. They won by a point.
Exactly. A 40 ball nigga, and we barely won it by one. That's not the offense's fault, bro.
They were down like 20 points. I'm not saying he's the problem. I'm saying I don't think he's as hyped up as he should be right now. Because the defense clearly sucks, giving up like 40 points every other game. But I'm like,
If
oh,
Caleb don't score 50, they don't win, bro. Like I don't know, bro. He played very
He still looks
consistent last year.
he's still clearly the number one. I think he's just a little overhyped, just a little bit, just a little bit. He's definitely scoring, doing his thing, no question. I just think, like I said, still a little overhyped.
Do you think he's not the top quarterback in the country?
He's there. He's number one week in
So
and
how
week
you
out.
overhyped, bro?
In my opinion, bro, I just think he gets a little too much praise.
I'm like okay, I get what you're saying, but I just want to know how, like, why, if he's the number one quarterback in the country, I don't think there's too much praise, in my personal opinion.
I don't know. That's just the way I feel. I'll come back at you with it this coming week and see what he does. Let me see who they play real quick. Because they're number 24 right now, but like again, barely skimming out a win. Not all on him. Clearly, they won
All I'm
50 to
saying is,
49.
if
They won 50 to 49.
see, that's what I'm saying. If I, as a quarterback, can put up 40 to 50 points a game, there's no way we should be losing. Like, this is entirely not my fault. Like, there's not an ounce of blame you could put on really the offense in general, bro. And you're the center of the offense. There's no
300
way you can.
yards over five. Like he was 26 of 40. I think where he loses translation with me is he sits in the pocket too long. In my opinion, he can scramble. We know that, right?
Facts.
He gets me to thinking. I mean, he does a way better job than Shador does. I'm taking that as an example from him because he does it atrociously often. Caleb Williams, he gets rid of the ball, but he doesn't want to run the ball. In my opinion, he doesn't see, even
I
though he
agree.
can. I don't know if that's him not wanting to be hurt and his draft stock and whatnot. But I mean, teaches him that's your thing. He's clearly the quarterback, but he
He's
can he
reminding
can
me of, like,
he can prolong the game, dude. He can prolong how long the offense has the ball if he would just move the ball with his legs. Like everybody knows he can. He's a dual threat quarterback. He sits in the pocket well enough and makes nice throws at dots. He throws dots to the receivers he has. But until he starts moving that ball, they get a lot of wasted plays. Like I'm not saying everyone's 3-and-out, but like then you get 3-and-out, then your defense is back on the field. And who's your weakest link? Your defense.
yeah,
So
I can agree with that.
when you put them on the field, you're screwing yourself because then you got to say, "Oh, I didn't score this drive. We're down a score. I got to go score and score and score because our defense isn't stopping shit." And that's clearly a Lincoln Riley problem, but Caleb Williams got to do a little bit better running the ball, I think.
I agree, but I don't think that'll affect it that much. Like
Well, my
him,
point,
of course, I think, of course, him extending how long they have the ball will affect it, but I don't think that it's gonna make that much of a difference.
mm, I
And
mean,
I think for sure it'll help him a little bit, but I don't see how that's gonna help the defense at all.
but, just keeping them off the field as long as possible is all I'm trying to say. You do that, that's pretty good. That goes with Colorado. I mean, they want to keep their defense off the field, right? Because they can't stop shit. But
Honestly,
having,
I don't know, dog. That whole line is poo cheese.
I was gonna say that it doesn't really matter because, like Dion said, they're going to get a new line this year because that offensive line is ass. That defensive line is ass. That's their weakest link in the defensive side. They can't get no pressure, and their offensive line can't stop the pressure.
Straight butt, bro. Offense and defensive lines got a bunch of cheese sticks, dog. Shit is cheese.
My thing is, I go back to the same thing. They got a freaking left tackle. I think he was a freshman. Him being a freshman, he's like 6'9", 6'10", like 3 something. I'm like, bro, you can't stop nothing because I've seen him have a lot of pressures coming from his side. I'm like, dude, like there's no way you're this big and you can't stop a fucking I don't know what. He can't stop nothing. He's
Okay.
constantly allowing pressure. It's not just him. That whole line needs to be revamped. Deion said he's going to get it because
Absolutely.
they clearly suck.
Every single, ain't nobody. If I'm Dion, bro, ain't nobody got a job, bro. Soon as this season end, bro, none of you O linemen have a job, bro. And we going to
Facts.
recruit. And if you don't beat these people out, you just out of there.
They probably not the way they play. I mean, you can't have him running out of the pocket in a second or two, bro. and he still don't want to scramble, and he still don't want to throw the ball away because he's always trying to extend the play, and he does a good job of extending the play, but he does it way too much. Instead of just going to get a
Facts.
few yards or throwing the ball away, he always wants the first
Throwing
down
the
every
ball.
play. It always looks like he wants to get the first down or a touchdown. There's no in between. He
Yeah.
don't care for like a 3 yarder or make it shorter because they have two good running backs, which they don't use enough. But it looks like Shador just don't ever want to get little short, little gains. He looks like he wants to have high. He's not stat padding. It just looks like he just doesn't want to throw the ball away and doesn't want to get short yardage.
Yeah,
And
and I think that's a I also think that got a lot to do with play calling too though, because like I feel like that's I don't feel like that's a him doing. I feel like that's a like offensive coordinator like putting it in his head
so
like we
yeah,
can do this. So like
run
it's
these
just like
route
a
like
trickle down effect.
it's a trickle down effect. But then it comes to you're still on the field, make a play, get a few yards here, throw the ball away there, run the ball. I mean, it can't be that hard. His uh, Coach Prime even said, "Hey, I trust him. Give him his leeway and whatnot. Go do it, bro. Stop freaking trying to extend plays and taking sacks. Like you'll see him go back and forth on the freaking in the backfield, dude. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous at times.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous at times. Another ridiculous ass game was Oklahoma. How do you lose to Kansas unranked, dude? Oh my gosh. There's no way.
Hey, but Kansas be
Look,
having people numbered, dog. Stop playing
they
with them
do, but you know
Jayhawks.
what the problem is? The Big 12, dude. Every year they Kansas jumped up to 22 after beating them. Every year the Big 12 there's always one team wins, and then obviously this year was Texas and Oklahoma, and they had the Red River rivalry. Texas lost. Texas should have won. They choked. They should still be winning in probably number 4. But no, they lost. Oklahoma, guess what? They win that rivalry game. And what does a Big 12 team always do? Fucking loses, dude. It's ridiculous. They always lose to some stupid team. Big 12 does it every year, and I hate having the Big 12 in the conference in the college football playoffs. Last year, TCU shouldn't have been allowed in. For what? I don't care if the undefeated records don't matter. Like the, because look what happened. They shouldn't have won that first game
This
they
thing
played.
don't matter. It's crazy.
So you're saying Georgia's 8-0
No,
is stout? Like they got stout wins like this 8-0, boom, that matters. Because you might
I don't. I think it matters, but I think it's a little like
my thing is you need to
it's,
look
it's
at strength of schedule.
overpowered in the situation.
It's over. That's what I mean by it shouldn't matter. Because TCU, I know they were undefeated, but look, they barely won their first that college football playoffs. Their first game, I forgot who it was against, and then they go play Georgia. And look what happens, fucking a massacre. Nobody wants to watch that for the prime game, bro.
I
Nobody.
think I think with the college football shit, they don't factor in the strength of the playing schedule. They just go off the records, so it's kind of like, eh.
Like right now,
So
Washington's number 5. That can't happen, dude. There's no way that anybody thinks that Washington sneaking into the top 4 is going to be a good game. Washington's been there before, I think 5+ years ago with
who's top four right now? I know
Florida,
Georgia's in there.
Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and Florida State. I don't mind Florida State. They're a little shaky, but my
You tell
thing
me
is,
Florida State better than Washington, bro?
yes, strength and
Oh, that's
talent,
crazy
talent
work.
wise. Don't even start.
I feel like that's a net. I get what you're saying, but I feel like they not blowing out Washington, bro.
Let's see who have they
You making
played.
it seem like Washington is just like some mid, bro.
ACC's better than the Pac-12, dude. The Pac-12 sucks. What we've been down this road with Washington. I just said 5+ years ago, whatever it was. I don't know if it was Jake Browning as a quarterback. They got into the college football playoffs.
Who, bro?
They were number 4. They got their ass dusted by Alabama. It's not close. Florida
That's
State gives
Alabama,
Alabama.
bro.
It
Alabama
doesn't
was
matter.
dusting everybody.
Florida State gives Alabama a game. Back then, Jimbo Fisher, was he not giving people games with Jameis and then others recruits? Florida State fell off after that, but they're clearly back winning games. Come on, dude. I
So you
mean,
telling me Alabama wasn't blowing through everybody?
I didn't say that, but Washington doesn't belong there. There's no way you think Washington belongs in there. I'm looking at schedules right now. There's Florida State's played LSU. That was last year for Oklahoma. LSU, Boston College is always decent every year. Virginia Tech was a blowout. Clemson, they beat them. Syracuse is, but Duke, eh. Wake Forest, ACC, they play Pitt, they play Miami, they play Florida. I'm gonna look at Washington's schedule. Well, let's go through this.
That shit did
Stanford
not sound that great, by the way.
again, but it's ACC. ACC clearly has always had, not always, usually has more talent than the Pac-12. How many times have you seen the Pac-12 in the freaking college football playoffs? Besides Oregon, and Oregon hasn't been there in a while.
You're right.
And
Next
then
up.
Washington, they play Stanford. Stanford has been horrible for I don't know since after Andrew Luck left, in my opinion. Arizona State has
Nah,
been,
Christian
but
McCaffrey was in that motherfucker. They was good.
okay, fair enough. But Washington played Arizona State. When's the last time they were good? Tell me. Just give me give me a year.
Them
How many
bad
years?
boys ain't been good since I've been watching football.
They beat Arizona State not this past week, the week before, 7-15. You tell me that at Washington, at Washington.
Tough.
Exactly. The week before, Oregon. This is their only legit win. 33-36 against Oregon. They won by a point. Fair enough. They beat them. Arizona has been trash forever. 31-24. California, they beat them by 25. Cool. Michigan State, not a football school. Beat them. Tulsa, Boise State. I mean, come on, dude. They play or they play USC this week. Defense is horrible. They play Utah next week, or the following week. I mean, this is when their schedule comes up. We'll see, and we'll review it after this week against USC. But Washington does not belong in college football playoffs. We've been down this
Shout out
road.
Michael Penix Jr., man. Stop playing with him.
Yes, he's their bright spot. He got them winning, but don't sit here and act like mediocre playing mediocre teams belongs in the college football playoffs. We've been down this road. I'm not saying
I
Florida
want to know
State's
who the fuck everybody else playing for. Georgia ain't playing nobody.
Georgia ain't playing nobody. It should always be two SEC. In my opinion, for college football playoffs, it should always be like two SEC teams, sometimes three, depending who's good, I guess. And then either two Big Tens or a Big Ten and a Pac-12 or something like that, because you need to pick the best teams. But I think a lot of it has to do with them not making strength of schedules good. If they do that and see who wins during the regular season, then go and pick those top four teams.
Facts. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that what they need to do is like they have a little top 25 ranking, bruh. Make sure them motherfuckers play against each other throughout that shit, bruh. Because we got top 25 motherfuckers that's only playing their conference. So it's like, and their whole conference is poochies. So they only playing like maybe one or two tough games all season. And then, like you said, bro, they get into the college football playoffs
Big
and they
12,
get shitted on.
Big 12 and Pac-12 every year. Just say what you want about these rankings and how they've had them in the past. It's the Big 12 and Pac-12 every year, with Oklahoma,
I feel like
Texas,
anything.
TCU in the Big 12, Oregon, Washington again, and what's another Pac-12 team I can't think of? I don't know. Either way, USC. They do this shit every year. They
I,
have a
I
high
really feel
ranking.
like anything outside of the top like 5 to 7, it's like some consolation prize bullshit because they not playing nobody and they definitely not competing with.
I mean, but clearly the top four aren't either. I mean, because again, like you said, they're only playing their conference because they have to have a conference championship every year, but that's to bring in money for the schools and all that. It is what it is. That's not going to change because that's a business side, which is stupid, but that's just how it is, and that's why we get these bullshit games in the playoffs come New Year's. But I'm gonna leave it at that because it could go on for another 30 minutes about this bullshit with college football. I'm gonna move on to
Facts.
NFL. How NFL has still been so mediocre, bro. If not less than just, I don't know how many shit games have been on this year. There's been way too many horrible games compared to decent to good games. I mean, I don't know what it is. Honestly, I can't figure it out.
I don't really know. I ain't gonna lie to you. This Sunday, like I watched a few games and I was like, hey, bro, like this shit not hitting, bro. Like it's not. I don't even know how to describe it. Even that game yesterday, dog. Like
Atrocious.
just just
Yeah.
watching it, and I'm like, bro, this shit. Like I feel like I don't even want to watch it. I feel like I'm wasting my time, and
Yep.
I'm not even doing shit.
Jimmy sucks. Josh McDaniels is atrocious. He needs to go back to daddy over there in New England and stick to what he knows, being a coordinator, because head coaching is not his gig, dude. How do you have a top three wide receiver, a top three running back as of last year, not this year because the offense sucks? A decent quarterback doesn't look like it this year, and you can't score a fucking football. I say decent quarterback because that offensive line is god awful. That whole team is a fucking college football team, dude. That's what it looks like. It looks like a college football team that they put together. They got them on scholarships and walk-ons, and they're like, "Here, go play." It looks like they just tell them go play every week. Like we didn't have practice, or we had practice, and we're not going to stick to the game plan. Their defense couldn't hold water. The offensive line is
Same shit. Can't hold
fucking.
water.
They're like a card. They're like cardboard. They just fall over.
You
I'm
know what I'm
like,
saying? Cheese sticks out here.
they. I will say Jimmy missed some throws. They got mad at one throw. He was supposed to be 90-yard touchdown pass should have been to Devontae, but Jimmy threw a shit ball. If you clearly watch the replay, he got blitzed right up the middle and almost got sacked for safety. I'm like, dude, how does that happen? In a shotgun formation, you allow that. Josh McDaniels needs help, and by help I mean needs to go back to New England. Some mid-tier play all year long. All these games are butt, and as of all these games being butt, all these players keep getting hurt, dude. How many went out this week?
Bruh.
I think there was 4 quarterbacks that went out this week got hurt, and then Kirk Cousins is officially out for the season with an Achilles injury. That's
Achilles
been
torn.
Achilles has been
Who
a
was his
big thing this
backup?
year. It don't even matter because they went and got Josh Dobbs from the Cardinals. I don't know the
But
backup. Clearly not worth their time because they they went and got Josh Dobbs. How do you have a backup that's not ready to play? That's so stupid. You're gonna go get another guy from another organization who doesn't know your playbook and play calling, and bring him in on less than a week's notice, and say, "Here you go," rather than have your
young.
backup be the quarterback. Organization skills at an all-time high right now. Idiots. That's what that sounds like to me. But injuries are going crazy. Like 4 quarterbacks went out. I know Pickett was out with ribs. Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol. I think there was another one in concussion protocol. Um, all these lower injuries too, like Achilles. How many? Like, there's been like at least 10 people out with an Achilles, almost 10 with an Achilles injury this year. That shit's ridiculous.
Achilles. It's always that, bro. I feel like it's usually ACLs, but I feel like Achilles and ACL is like
It's been
the
ACLs in the past, but it's been Achilles this year. I don't.
yeah.
Is it
Achilles is really going up, bro.
is it like lack of preparedness or like we're not training? I don't know exactly how that comes about with your Achilles, but this many, there's clearly something not being done.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't know, bro. I feel like if it was like a lack of anything, it wouldn't be happening. Like it's not like all these quarterbacks is tearing their Achilles, bro. It's like motherfuckers that's
Running backs,
big, big
receivers,
strong
DBs.
motherfuckers, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like little kickers or fucking
It's people who train well,
quarterbacks
so
or
it's clearly not lack of training because they're pro athletes are at all time high. They want, most of them, I would say, want to win. So I just want to know what is the lack of. If it's the lack of like actual the trainers not doing something correctly. I'm not saying they are. I'm just trying to guess at what it could be because this many injuries, not just Achilles, like overall, because they made the game clearly softer. I mean, where are these injuries coming about at? Because
Yeah,
I'm honestly confused on how many injuries come about like this.
yeah, I don't know. I think I know a lot of my, and we can get into that. A lot of people think it's like turf. It's the turf,
But that's not many.
rather than like on grass fields.
Yeah, but there's not many like NFL fields that have turf. I know some of them do. The Jets do, right? Because that's where Aaron Rodgers tore his.
What?
Maybe practice facilities, but they're not doing it on. Is it maybe strained from being on the practice facility turf and whatnot?
How many? I thought it was quite a few NFL fields that had turf, bruh.
We can look it up.
NFL fields
Damn it.
could great. I might be lying, but I thought
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. So it says Hard Rock Stadium is one of 15, so about half, I guess. They
yeah,
say
that makes sense.
synthetic turf, so not. I don't know if that's the same thing as exact turf, but synthetic. But I'm not saying they're all getting hurt on turf, but clearly the players don't like it, so that's a factor. But
So
this
yeah, it
many,
says it's 14 with grass, 14 with artificial turf, and then the Green Bay and Philadelphia have like that hybrid grass bullshit.
hmm,
It's like mixed with like natural grass and turf, I guess. I don't know,
hmm.
but I don't know, bro. I feel like turf definitely has. I just feel like turf is. I don't want to say it causes the injuries, but it's definitely harder on like the joints and shit. 100%.
I never played on this. I don't know.
It's definitely hard on the joints. It's not as much give, bro. Like so when you plant, like that's it.
Yeah, well,
Grass,
you've seen
like
a lot of injuries. Not a lot. I've seen several injuries where like their legs are planted, they get buckled, and their leg ain't coming out of that turf. Like the foot planted was stuck to the turf, so it's
yeah.
harder. So clearly, yeah, not a lot of give in it. I see the joints part,
Which I think it'll still happen on grass, but it's not gonna be
but
that.
but again, the turf has been here for a while, like a few years, couple years, whatever it is. These injuries there's a lot this year through 7 weeks, 7, 8 weeks.
Yeah, but then you gotta think about it, bro. Whenever we was kids, bro, there wasn't no turf, dog. Nowadays, like even like when we was leaving high school, dog, high schools was getting turf. Like it's everything starting to convert to turf. So now
Well, well again.
it's like
Turf,
a build up. People was playing high school, college, and then they get to the pros, and it's like all their years been on turf, bro.
yeah, I get it. Turf is better
I don't
for
think
the
those type of
business too.
injuries are just like a
It's
moment
not.
of the thing. Like
It's not a
it's
moment
like
of thing. It's
okay,
clearly a buildup because you
yeah,
don't get injuries. Most injuries are a buildup of like weakening joints, bones, all this ligaments and whatnot. You got your rare instances like your ACL tears from doing it the wrong way or something breaking because an accident happened. There's just a lot of injuries right now, and it's asinine how many there are that are happening.
I also think it attributes to motherfuckers not resting. Like the season ends, they've been getting beat the fuck up all season. The season ends, they like rest a week or 2 weeks, and then they back to training. And it's like, hey, bro, cool. I understand like staying in shape and training, but like you getting beat the fuck up by grown ass men for months, and like you ain't gonna give your body like no type of like
Nah.
you gonna give your body 2 weeks
Yeah.
or 3 weeks to relax. Like no, bro. And I feel like that's prolonging, not prolonging, shortening your
Playing time.
yeah
Like career span.
because yeah, which
That's a good point.
it's whatever, dog. But you know what I'm saying? You do you.
But clearly, owners need to listen to players because they clearly don't like the turf. But the turf is a business side to where they don't have to pay maintenance crew, even though they're billionaires and whatnot. Lazy motherfuckers. But that's not my job, clearly, because I'm the poor man down here in a Buzz Lightyear suit. With that being
You know
said,
what I'm saying?
that is the end of our show. We appreciate y'all. Shout out Buzz Lightyear. Shout out Toy Story.
Captain Black Sparrow
Not
without the
shout out your
costume.
ass because you didn't get a fucking costume. Yeah. You know, if we still doing this next year, which you know we will be, baby, we're gonna have a Halloween special, and your dumbass better have a suit.
Bro, I'll have one next year, bro. Stop playing with me.
So clearly, we're gonna do a Thanksgiving special and a Christmas special. Got to do it. So bring the spirit. Don't fuck it up this time.
What the fuck you talking about, David? I'm aware, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming up nice button down, you feel me? Like I'm going to church for
We'll get a
Thanksgiving. You
suit.
feel
We'll get
me?
a suit.
You know what I'm saying?
You could be the cream. You gonna be Uncle Ben for Thanksgiving? Uh,
Yeah.
I'm hilarious.
You could be a
Hilarious.
pilgrim.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Like I said, Uncle Ben. Uh, Christmas, you could be Rudolph.
Mr. Genocide, I don't want to hear it, bro.
FYI, this man was Rudolph in a play in high school.
Don't nobody want to talk about that, bro.
We'll talk about that when it comes up in Christmas time. Anyways, it's been another episode. We appreciate y'all watching for the full hour. If you didn't, it's still okay. Don't matter. We will see y'all next week. Make sure you like, subscribe to the video, and share it. And we'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all.